And just like that, the trade deadline has come. What is up, Finn fans? Trade deadline come and gone. I'm recording this at 5 o'clock, and the Miami Dolphins have done nothing. They haven't traded away anybody. They haven't traded for anybody. They did nothing. Not kind of surprising. I don't think ever in the history of the NFL has the trade deadline been this bang, bang, bang situation. It hasn't been like the beginning of free agency where a lot of pieces start moving. Trade deadline has always been, worst case scenario, like that 1 year Carson Palmer got traded and, little things, but nothing crazy. But yes, nothing happened. I'll jump into all that stuff real quick, though. For comment of the day, a lot of you guys, I haven't checked my P.O. box in a hot minute, and I got a few letters and packages I need to open. That all I'm going to open for comment of the day. And then tomorrow, I was thinking of doing this. Tomorrow, for the film breakdown, I normally record about an hour and a half worth of footage that I cut down to about 45 minutes because some of it might be redundant. Some of it might be stuff I've already talked about in the past. For what I'm going to do is, for the Patreon, you guys are going to get the full uncut version. You guys are going to get the full hour and a half of me talking, even the little mess ups, all that stuff. That's going to be over on the Patreon. And then members, you guys are going to get to see the clips and everything early. So just wanted to get that out of the way before we jumped into the video. Yes, like I said, we'll talk about the big bad thing first. Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is not coming to Miami. The Miami Dolphins are not trading for Deshaun Watson as of right now. Adam Schefter came out at 2:18 today and said, although the Dolphins did do diligence. I think it's although the Dolphins did their due diligence, but it's just did due diligence on Deshaun Watson and had conversations with Houston, Miami will not make a trade for the quarterback. Per source, Dolphins owner Stephen Ross, who had contingencies that needed to be met for any deal, made the final decision to not move forward. While Miami considers bringing in Deshaun, no deal ever was in place, and the Dolphins will stick with Tua, a young quarterback who has shown improvement this year. And I agree with that. He has shown improvement. Is it enough? Well, we'll find out. Then Ian Rappaport also said that Texas quarterback Deshaun Watson not settling his legal situation has resulted in him not being traded. Source said Watson will stay put in Houston until the offseason. Dolphins owner Stephen Ross received permission to speak with Deshaun Watson, but only last night. Has complicated a deal that, as this is, that wasn't enough time. So essentially, the Dolphins did their due diligence. Trade deadline's coming up. We all know that they tried to get Deshaun Watson at the beginning of the year. They probably talked to him again before training camp. Again, it all stems around his legal issues. If he never had his legal issues, he would have been a Dolphin probably back in March. But because of the legal issues, that is a big, fat, asterisk on him. You don't put all that money, you don't put all that draft picks into a player you don't know their future. You don't know if they're innocent or if they're going to jail. So you don't know where this is going to end. So that's what the due diligence that the Dolphins are doing, right? Stephen Ross talked to Deshaun Watson, from Ian Rappaport to see where he's at, what's going on, all that stuff. And again, it was too short of a time to get a deal done. So Deshaun Watson is going to stay a Houston Texan for the time being until the season's over. Now he has all that time, and this is when all the litigation and all this stuff is going to come to fruition and hopefully either come to a conclusion that the Dolphins can make their decision. Okay, he's innocent, gone, whatever. Let's make the move. Let's send the 3 first and maybe a little bit more now that he's innocent. Whatever, we want him. He's going to change the team, blah, blah, blah. Or he was found guilty on a few cases and he's probably going to do some time, or he's found guilty on a few cases and he's going to get suspended. We're not going to give you as much because of this. Now they can sit back and know, which is smart on the Dolphins to not be in a desperate situation, to overpay, to make a dumb move, and then have Deshaun Watson on the hook on the Miami Dolphins. Very smart of the Dolphins. to not jump to conclusions on Deshaun Watson right now. That being said, what about Tua? What about Tua Tagovailoa? And, some people, and I even said before, actually, let me clarify something. I said this before the Deshaun Watson situation became more fluid, before his name even got brought up. I said this about Tua probably back after the season ended, back in, when we saw him training and getting into great shape, that I was giving him this year. Unfortunately, he does not have the luxury, and I've said this 1,000 times, he doesn't have the luxury of having rookie mistakes. He doesn't have the luxury of growing, learning, doing better. We watched Tannehill have absolutely horrid pocket presence. I called him concrete feet. He took unwarranted sacks. Hell, he took unwarranted sacks against the Cincinnati Bengals in 2018. That cost us the game. We should have won that game in Cincinnati. So that was 7 years afterwards. He was still taking stupid sacks. He was still had poor pocket presence. But for his first few years of his career, horrible deep pass accuracy, he had his rookie mistakes going from a wide receiver to a quarterback. And everyone was like, he'll learn. Tua doesn't get that luxury. And it sucks for him, but that's just the way it is right now. So I said at the beginning of the year, I'm giving him this year. If he doesn't show me progress by the end of this year, it's time to move on. And I'm sticking with that. He's shown me a little glimpse of progress. It's not enough where all of a sudden I'm like, everyone needs to stop being so biased, yada, yada, shut it down. No, he's shown me glimpses of progress, but he's also shown me his inconsistency, and he's also shown me the lack of confidence in himself. To me, that's his biggest downfall to it, is his inconsistency, and he's not as confident in himself as he was in college. Is that because the team around him isn't better? Probably. Is that because the play calling is horrid? Probably. Is that because of the hip injury? Probably. There's different aspects of it, but those are the things that he still needs to prove to, not me, I'm nobody, but to himself and to the team. That being said, though, are the Dolphins really going to stick with him? Does Tua really want to stick with the Dolphins after this? If you guys remember back with Tony Sparano, I think it was 2009, 2010, Stephen Ross put a full court press out for John Harbaugh. Went over in a helicopter to go talk to him, tried to court him into being the Dolphins' new head coach in the middle of the season while Tony Sparano was the new head coach. I think it was 2009, because then I remember after that, they gave him a contract extension, Tony Sparano, when John Harbaugh was like, no, I'm going to stay at Michigan. And then they ended up firing Tony Sparano anyway. So it's like, it's just a reoccurring thing with the Miami Dolphins where they shoot themselves in the foot a lot. So with the whole Tua situation, it's like, all right, you say, oh, we're not training for Deshaun Watson right now because of the legal issues, because of the off the field issues and all that stuff. We're sticking with Tua. Let's see what Tua can do. Maybe Tua, progresses to the point where we're comfortable. That's not how that works, though. You don't Deshaun Watson. Oh, you didn't clear this up? All right, Tua, what do you got? You're our guy now. That's not how that works. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, I was going to give it till the end of the year with Tua, but it seems like it doesn't really matter. They already made the decision. Because if it's at the point where Watson is found guilty, and then they're like, well, Tua, we were always... Dolphins messed up. They should have kept it more hush-hush. But also it was the Houston Texans. They played that like, you want him. How many times did we hear Monday? And then we hear, deals in place, but this and that. And I don't think any of that was true. I honestly think once the trade deadline came closer, I think that's when they started to talk more. I think all the stuff we heard from, I'd say, Friday till the beginning of the season, I think that was all fluff. I think it was just Houston trying to drive up the price for Deshaun Watson. I don't think it's that true. But, yeah. We'll see what happens with Deshaun after the year. And unfortunately, Tua, it seems like he's just sitting there playing for trade value because you made it known you want Deshaun Watson. You made it known that if he didn't have his legal issues, he'd be a Dolphin right now. So what's the point in trying to say to Tua, you're our guy now. So it's like, it doesn't make sense. And then one other thing I want to talk about before I open up these packages is the fact that Miami did nothing. They didn't trade Xavier Howard, which I'm a big fan, but I know some of you guys got in your feelings when I said that. But you got to realize something. He's 28. He's in his prime, but he is 28. By the time the Dolphins are anything, because they could possibly turn around, become something good next year, he's at the end of the year, he has no guaranteed money. He's going to want a new contract at the end of the year. He's going to want more money. He's going to do the same thing he did this offseason where he's like, yeah, I signed this contract extension to make me happy this year, but hey, you need to compensate me and yada, yada. So I thought to myself, I put my fandom of him aside and I looked at the logo and I said, it'd be smart for them to trade him now. Get the best you can for him because he's not really in the future plans. Because by the time this team is viable to compete, he's probably going to be in his 30s. It just is what it is. But even Devontae Parker, they didn't even try to trade. They didn't even try to trade for a running back or anything. I know I also got, why would you trade for anything? We suck. And I said it in the video. So you get the upper hand at re-signing. You start building through that. But they didn't. They did nothing, which means they think the team is fine. Remember the remote? They're hitting the friggin' guide button, the menu button, trying to turn the TV on. They think everything's fine. They don't think they need to go out and make any additions. So that's what I got to say. Again, no Deshaun Watson for now. We'll see what happens at the end of the year. And Tua is just going to keep playing. He's got a few games left. He's got the Texans, this is going to be an interesting Sunday. The Ravens on Thursday. The Jets game, I'll be at that. Panthers, Giants, Jets, Saints, who don't have a quarterback now. Titans, who don't have Derrick Henry now. And the Patriots. If the Dolphins can just get the offense going and the defense plays like they did against Buffalo, they're still very winnable games. But we'll see how that all pans out. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this whole Deshaun Watson situation, the Tua situation, the not trading or trading away anybody situation. And I'm going to open up some of these cards. This one comes from Charles. And again, I do apologize. It took me a minute to get to the P.O. Box. I do have the P.O. Box listed below. If you guys want to send me stuff like these guys did. Some really cool stuff. Doug, you the man. Care package to follow. Peace out. Monday, September 27th. That was my birthday this year. I believe that much of Western culture is deep in the grind. Thank you so much for sending me that. And he also sent me this little which side you on? Finn side. That's so cool. I appreciate that, Charles. Thank you so much for that, bud. I got two from Tracy Bailey. I appreciate you, bud. Again, I do apologize for taking so long to get to my P.O. box. I hope these aren't too late. No, you idiot. It's a card. No, you idiot. I did say they wanted a sheet cake. It's a different type of cake. It's a birthday card from Tracy. Thank you so much, bud. Happy belated birthday, Podfather. Thanks for another year of very good Dolphin content and being a kick-ass host and all that crap too. Seen this card and thought it would go good with the doo-doo butter comment you like. Fins up, DDW. Thank you so much. He also sent me a cool sticker. I'm going to stick this to the back of my iPad. Just a quick note, if you want to play Madden. Oh, he gave me his gamer tag. I will play you in Madden. And also there's a nice little package here from Tracy. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much, Tracy. I really do appreciate that, bud. And then finally, we got this big Mamma Jam from CRS Loan. I don't know. Maybe your name's on it in here. CDs too. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Again, if you guys want to send me anything, the P.O. box is linked below. If you want to send me a card like Tracy did or just a letter you want me to read for comment of the day, P.O. box is linked below. Other than that, guys, I will see you tomorrow with the film breakdown. And to the Patreons, you're going to get a very long video, uncut video for the film breakdown. So other than that, like usual, guys, stay classy and fins up.